There are three stocks that I think have great potential to double in a relatively short amount of time. And in this video, I'm going to give you these three stocks, talk about why exactly I think this, and then take a quick look at their charts to explain exactly how I would plan on trading them. Now, very quickly, before we get into these three stocks, I do think it's important to take a look at the current market to understand what the market conditions are like whenever you're getting into a new trade. And right now with SPY, the S&P 500, we're starting to see a little bit of a pullback here, really for the first time since this rally started back in March this year, 2026. And with this pullback that we're seeing, naturally we're seeing that volatility, or VIX, is starting to spike back up. Anytime we have VIX around $20 or higher, that's really when obviously there's more volatility in the market, and it's just going to be a little bit riskier to start getting into new trades when VIX is at these levels. So that doesn't necessarily mean that you need to avoid getting into new trades altogether. It just means that you need to be on top of your risk management and making sure to really only start scaling into full-size positions once we start to see VIX begin fading back down under 16. So for now, taking small starter positions is going to be the best way to go about getting into new trades. So without further ado, the first stock that I think has great potential to double is going to be Robinhood, or HOOD. This is of course a well-known stock and a well-known company in the trading space because many people do use Robinhood for their trading and for their investing. But a lot of people think of this only as a trading and investing app. And at this point, they've expanded into so many different areas with their banking, their crypto, wealth management, and prediction markets, for example. And one thing particularly that is coming up that's going to be a great revenue source for Robinhood is the fact that the FIFA World Cup is going on, and they now have prediction markets that are live and active for their members here on Robinhood. So with the largest sporting event in the world going on, and this being the first time that they're going to have their prediction markets live for that event, that's going to be a new revenue source that's going to lead to more and more growth for the company. And they're already seeing pretty solid growth, 15% year over year revenue growth in their most recent earnings report. And on top of that, we all know that by now the pattern day trader rule is actually gone. So there's no more 3 day trades per 5 business days. And with that elimination of the pattern day trader rule, that's just going to lead to more and more people getting into trading. And being that Robinhood is so well known in the trading space, that's most likely going to lead to more customers and more business for Robinhood in the future. So that's a little bit about why I think Robinhood has potential to double in a short amount of time. And if we take a look at the chart, what we're seeing happen right now really is this is kind of trading within a range from about $70 up to $90. So if you're trading this stock at this moment, or you're looking for a position to start building into, you would of course want to try focusing on getting in closer to the bottom end of that range, because you would most likely want to be risking off of these lows from $63. And I do want to give a full disclaimer. I do actually already have a position in HOOD. I've started buying this up because I have seen this range starting to form, and this was starting to set up for a really solid swing trade. I will say that it is a starter position for me at the moment. I'm not getting into a full position here until it does start to break out above this resistance and pick up momentum to the upside. But ultimately, what I would want to see here is that this is able to continue holding above these lows, hold above that lower end of that range down there around $70, start breaking out to the upside through that upper range around $90, and eventually start pushing back up into those past 52-week highs, which in reality would put this right around a 100% gain from the current levels that it's trading at. Before moving on to stock number 2, if you want to find out when I'm getting into trades like Robinhood, I post all of our swing trade alerts here in the Market Master group. You'll also get access to our scanners, our mean reversion scanner, our momentum scanner, and our episodic pivot scanner. These are all going to be potential swing trades based on the strategies that we're going to teach you in the swing trade bootcamp at Master the Market. So all of that is provided to our members at Master the Market. It comes all together in one simple and affordable subscription. So make sure to check that out and come join us using the link down below in the description. Stock number 2 that I think has great potential to double is going to be KTOS. Now this is a defense stock. A lot of people are familiar with this sector. It's obviously getting a lot of attention lately because of the wars that we're seeing in the Middle East. And defense stocks are typically kind of thought of as being pretty boring, slow moving, and not really having a lot of room for growth. But in my opinion, KTOS is a little bit different because this is a company that is starting to see some really solid growth in their financials. Quarter one revenue growth of 22.6% year over year in their most recent earnings report. They're also seeing forward-looking EPS growth of around 100% per year, which is huge. And one thing that we're really seeing that shows us how much demand there is for their products is the fact that they have a book-to-bill ratio of 1.6 times. And what that means is essentially for every $1 in revenue that they've shipped out, they already have $1.60 in new orders. So they essentially are struggling to even keep up with how much demand there is for their product. And essentially what their product is a cheaper, affordable version of military drones. These are in very high demand because they are much more affordable and they're much more expendable, allowing them to be used for multiple different things in the military. And with all of this going on, the stock is currently trading about 52% below the 52-week high of around $130. Now, when it comes to finding an entry point to trade or invest in this stock, KTOS, this is a little bit trickier than the example that we had with Robinhood because this is in a pretty clear downtrend since this high was hit back at the beginning of this year, 2026. There's not really any range that's starting to form, hasn't really been able to break out of this downtrend. So because of that, I really have no interest in getting into a position right away in this, but I do have price alerts set for it and I am keeping it on a watch list because if this is able to start forming some higher lows above this low that we have down here in the low 50s, that would be a great sign that this would start breaking out of this downtrend, ideally from there shifting into an uptrend and picking up some momentum back to 100 plus, which would put this in a really good position then to double from its current prices. So the goal again would be to look for a reversal point. I would want to see some higher lows starting to form to signal that this is shifting from a downtrend into an uptrend. And then I would look to get in pretty quickly, risking off of these lows and targeting a break back to the upside to capitalize on. Now, last but not least, the third stock that I think has great potential to double from its current prices is going to be Path, which is the company UiPath. And essentially what they do is different AI automations. We all know that there has been a huge wave in artificial intelligence and chip stocks. So think stocks like NVIDIA, Micron, SanDisk, and so on and so forth. And Path is going to kind of fall within that same category. Essentially what they do is different AI automations for businesses. The benefit to this for businesses is that these automations are able to kind of run around the clock without having any errors. Humans are going to make errors from time to time. And these automations are put into place to kind of get rid of that human error element. And because of that, they're starting to get more and more demand and more growth. And we can see that here in the financials. We're seeing the company have its first GAAP profit. This is a big milestone that often leads to institutions re-rating the company and re-rating the stock. So this can lead to price upgrades by analysts in the future. We're also seeing the company have a net retention rate of 109%. EPS growth over the past 3 years has been about 113%. And we can see analyst ratings for this stock being anywhere from $14 all the way up to $24, which would put us right at that double target from the current price that it's trading at, right around 12. So with Path, what I would want to see in order to start scaling into a position would ideally be something like an inverse head and shoulders starting to form. We can see this starting to form just a bit, and I would want to kind of see this solidify down here in the right shoulder. So really I would want to see this kind of hold above the $10 area, start forming some support nearby. That way I would be able to build into a position right here around $10, risking underneath these lows and being able to ideally then capitalize on a breakout that happens through this level here at about 13. And from there I would want to see this pick up some momentum and move back up into these 52-week highs. Again, that would put this right in a great position to double from its current prices. So that being said, those are the three stocks that I think have great potential to double. Like I've said, I've already started buying up shares in Robinhood, and I'm still looking to build into some positions here with Path and with KTOS as well. I hope you found some value in this video, and if you did, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you want to trade with me and our team in real time, get access to our tools in our swing trade bootcamp. All of that is provided to our members at Master the Market. There's going to be a link down below in the description for you to get signed up. Thanks again for watching and good luck with your trading.